The worlds of spirit, just in case you hadn't contemplated this before, the worlds of spirit are more real than this physical experience, this physical life that you're having, because one day you will pass over. A friend of the family passed over last night, and it's a reminder that we all pass over back to the worlds of spirit. The worlds of spirit are more real than this physical experience that we're having, this life that we're having. Hello, my name's Alicia Power, and I'm a spiritual intuitive. I'd like to pass on a message from my spirit guides to you today who are watching. And the message today that's coming in nice and clear straight away for all of us is that life can be fearless, that we can walk through this life without the trepidation, without the hesitations, without the doubts, without the anxiety. We can walk through our life from a different inner platform. Now, I'm giving you this information. These words are coming to me to give to you from the worlds of spirit directly right now in this moment. And what's relevant about that is that the worlds of spirit, when you turn around inside of yourself in your inner world and start to communicate with your spirit mentors who are teaching you and walking with you, they start to teach you how to hold yourself in equilibrium on the inside as you're looking out of your eyes into this world. One of the big teachings that they love to train you in is how to remember that you are a soul looking through your eyes into this world. And a result of that is that you stay connected to that realization that you are a soul. And that helps you stay in that inner platform of fearlessness. That whole interaction with your external experience, your external reality, can stay fearless with a deep realization that you are soul, that you are spirit yourself. So that whole dynamic is something that's a big part of your spirit mentors training with you on the inside. And something I do love to talk about is how valuable it is to be able to turn around inside of yourself and open up communication with your spirit mentors and have happy chatting sessions with them where they're giving you feedback, where they're answering questions, where they're guiding you, where not only that, where they're actually rewiring you. So after a communication with them, they quite often will ask if it's okay, for permission, for them to take a look at your electromagnetic field. And they quite often are asking you if it's okay if they can rewire that. So sometimes perhaps you're looking at a situation in your life where a lot of uncertainty is coming up. And what they are seeing when they're looking at you is a force field of light, a force field of electromagnetics, of matrices of electromagnetics and different layers, dimensional layers of those matrices. That's what they're looking at. So when you're looking at something, a situation where you're feeling stuck about something, what they are looking at is the fear that's sitting inside those electromagnetic matrices. They see it as software, and they can quite quickly, easily go in and repattern, reconfigure, reconstruct, reprogram, recode that software. This is a thing. I've been doing this professionally for 30 years in partnership with these spirit mentors for other people, for myself. That's how I live my life every single day, multiple times a day, getting the worlds of spirit, my partnerships in the worlds of spirit, my mentors to rewire me, to reconfigure me so that I'm actually sitting in that sense of equilibrium inside of myself as a soul looking out into my external reality. This is not about being detached to the point of non-engagement with the external world? Very, very much not so. Because in a sense, when you're feeling safe and uh, comfortable inside of yourself, you're much more open, much more relaxed, much more communicative, much more chatty, much more engaged with the external world. So it's actually the opposite. Rather than being withdrawn and caught in a cobweb of fear and anxiety. So just a quick video today of the way that I live my life and the way that I support others to connect with their own spirit mentors so that they can live their life like that too. For me, this is like a walking, talking experience and an experiment of how to maximize, optimize my life. And very much like an airplane or a pilot in an airplane who's got the tower, the aviation tower in their ear, guiding them to land or navigate. That's what it is like for me with my spirit mentors. They're not necessarily telling me to go left or right, but they are supporting my life step by step on the inside and helping me stay connected to that realization that I am a soul sitting in a human body. And that creates equanimity. It creates a softness, a sense of caring, empathy, a sense of joy. And this is what I'm just mentioning here in this video today, that it's pragmatic. It's a practical thing to do. It's not a woo-woo thing to do at all. The worlds of spirit, just in case you hadn't contemplated this before, the worlds of spirit are more real than this physical experience, this physical life that you're having, because one day you will pass over. A friend of mine or a friend of the family passed over last night. And it's a reminder that we all pass over back to the worlds of spirit. The worlds of spirit are more real than this physical experience that we're having, this life that we're having. And so it's a smart thing to do to learn how to communicate with the worlds of spirit and to dialogue with your own personal spirit mentors who will meet you after you've passed over. It's a smart thing to do. This is a very practical conversation I'm having with you today. It's not a woo-woo thing. I remember the moment where a friend of mine who was a spiritual healer said to me, this is in my early spiritual journey. Actually, I'd been following a spiritual master and meditating for over a decade before I had this conversation. But this friend who was a spiritual healer said to me, you know that this world is not real. You know that this physical 3D reality is not real. And listening to her, I knew she knew that that was the truth. And it hit me and opened a door for me inside myself. And that was the beginning of a new direction in my spiritual journey. It's like the veil came off my eyes and I started to understand the worlds of spirit more. And that began my training with communicating with the worlds of spirit and learning more and more how this world is not real, in the sense that it's temporary. And the spirit self, the soul self that you are, that I am, that's what's real, permanent, eternal. And here, just for a brief moment, exploring being a human in a physical dimension. And so that's the reason why I'm saying this is a practical conversation I'm having with you today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. And my name's Alicia Power, and you can find me at soulmentoring.com, where I have courses teaching you how to communicate and dialogue and meet your spirit mentor and spirit mentors for real. Thank you. Namaste.